So, no, dito naman tayo sa mechanism for monitoring reviews. So, mechanism, for monitoring and review are essential process in ensuring the quality, effectiveness, and relevance of a curriculum. These are mechanism involves systematic and ongoing evaluation to the identify strength, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. By continuously monitoring and reviewing the curriculum, educator make data inform decision and adjustment to enhance student learning outcomes. This mechanism may include curriculum mapping and documentation to outline the scope. So, to outline this scope and the sequence and content of each subjects or discipline. So, additionally, the process involves clearly defining measurable learning outcomes that align with educational goals and content and instructional strategies. Overall, these mechanisms support the continuous improvement of the curriculum to meet the evolving needs of the student society. So, let's proceed to the curriculum mapping and documentation. So, curriculum map, a curriculum is a comprehensive document that outlines the scope, sequence, and content of each subject or discipline with the curriculum. It provides a clear overviews of what topics and skills need to be taught, and the order in which they should of the curriculum map helps ensure that all necessary content is covered and that is aligned with educational goals and standards. So, in learning outcomes, clearly defining a measurable learning outcomes and aligning them with educational goals and standards. So, learning outcomes, clearly defined learning outcomes are measurable statement that describe the knowledge, skills, and abilities student are expected to acquire after completing a particular course program. So, these outcomes are aligned with educational goals and standards. By clearly defining and aligning learning outcomes, educators can ensure that the curriculum focuses on specific and achievable targets, allowing for effective monitoring and evaluation of student progress. So, in documentation, developing detailed documentation that provides an overview of the curriculum's structure and content and instructional strategies. So, documentation, detailed documentation provides an overview of the curriculum structure, content, and instructional strategies. It includes information about the organization of the curriculum, such as subject or disciplines covered and the sequence of topics. So, additionally, it outlines the content or knowledge that students are expected to learn at each stage. So, documentation may also include recommended instructional strategies, resources, or materials to support effective teaching and learning. So, through curriculum mapping and documentation, educators gain a comprehensive understanding of the curriculum structure, content, and instructional approaches. So, this enables effective monitoring and reviews processes, ensuring that the curriculum remains relevant, coherent, and aligned with educational goals and standard. So, let's proceed, in data collection. So, data collection is a crucial component of monitoring and reviewing the curriculum. So, it involves gathering various types of information to assess the effectiveness of instructional practices, evaluate student progress, and identify areas for improvement. So, here a brief explanation. So the classroom, no, classroom observation, no, yan yung first, no. So conducting regular observation of classroom instruction to assess instructional practices, student engagement, and the implementation of the curriculum. So classroom observation, no? Regular classroom observation are conducted to assess instructional practices, student engagement, and the implementation of the curriculum. Observation. So observers, no, observe teachers in action, noting the effectiveness of their teaching strategies, classroom management, and how well the curriculum is being delivered. So the next is assessment, no, administering assessment to measure student progress, evaluate learning outcomes, and identify areas for improvement. So assessment are administered, no, to measure student progress, evaluate learning outcomes, and identify areas for improvement. So this assessment can be formative or summative, and come in various forms such as quizzes, tests, projects, or performance-based assessment. So they provide objective data on student understanding and mastery of the curriculum. So the next is the survey and interviews. So gathering feedback from teachers, student, parents, and other stakeholders through survey, interviews, or focus groups to gather insight and perspectives on the curriculum. So survey and interviews. Survey interviews or focus groups are conducted to gather feedback from teachers, student, parents, and other stakeholders. So this feedback provides valuable insight and perspective on the curriculum, including its strength, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. Surveys and interviews capture qualitative data that can be inform the reviews and revision process. So the next one is student work sample. So reviewing student work sample to evaluate the depth of learning and the application of knowledge and skills. So student work sample. Reviewing student work samples allows for an evaluation of the depth of learning and application of knowledge and skills. Now, so by analyzing student work, educators can gauge how well the curriculum is facilitating student learning and whether students are successfully achieving the intended learning outcomes. So by collecting data through classroom observation, assessment, survey, interviews, and student work samples, educators gain valuable information to inform their decision-making process during curriculum monitoring and review. This data provides a holistic views, no, of the curriculum's effectiveness, helps identify areas for improvement, and guides future enhancement to ensure a high-quality learning experience for student. So in 3.3, no, stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder engagement is a vital aspect of monitoring and reviewing the curriculum. No, it actively involves various stakeholders to gather their input, perspective, and expertise. No, so here a brief explanation of the different ways, no, stakeholders are engaged. No, teacher teacher collaboration, and engaging teachers in the monitoring and reviews process by encouraging their active participation, soliciting their input, and incorporating their feedback. So engaging, no, teachers in the monitoring and reviews process is crucial as they are directly involved in implementing the curriculum. No? So teachers are encouraged to actively participate in discussions, share their insights, and provide feedback based on their classroom experiences. Their valuable input helps identify strengths, challenges, and potential in the curriculum. So The next one is student and parent involvement. So seeking input from student and parents through survey meeting or advisory groups to understand their experiences, needs, and suggestion. So student parents involvement. No? So this can be done through surveys meeting, no, or advisory groups involving student and parents. Allows for their perspective to be heard and considered, no, ensuring that the curriculum meets their educational requirements and expectation. So the next, external expertise involving external expert such as curriculum specialists, industry professionals, and subject matters expert. So to provide insight and ensure the curriculum relevance to real world context. No? So this expert provides their expertise and knowledge after fresh perspective and contribute to aligning the curriculum with current practices and industry standards. So by actively engaging stakeholder, educational institution can tap into diverse perspectives, so gather valuable feedbacks and ensure that the curriculum reflects the needs of those directly impacted by it. Now, this collaborative approach fosters sense of ownership, promotes continuous improvements, and enhances the overall quality and effectiveness of the curriculum. So 3.4, reviews, committees, and panels. So reviews, committees, and panels play a crucial role in the monitoring and reviews of the curriculum. So formative of reviews, committees. So establishing a committees comprising curriculum specialists, administrators, teacher, and external stakeholders to oversee the reviews process. So formative reviews committees, no? So these committees typically comprise a curriculum specialists, administrators, teachers, and external stakeholders by involving a diverse group of individuals. The committee benefits from different perspectives and expertise, ensuring a comprehensive reviews of the curriculum. So evaluating criteria, defining clear evaluation criteria to assess the curriculum alignment with standards, effectiveness in meeting learning outcomes, and relevance to student needs. So evaluation criteria, no, is a clear evaluation, no? So these criteria serve as a benchmark against which the curriculum is evaluated, no? They provide a consistent and objective framework for assessing various aspects of curriculum, such as content, pedagogy, no, assessments, and instructional materials. So comprehensive evaluation. Conducting a comprehensive evaluation of a curriculum, including an analysis, content, pedagogy, assessment, and instructional material. So this evaluation involves analyzing different components, including content, pedagogy, assessment, and instructional material. So the committee examines whether the curriculum meeting its intended goals. So if the content is accurate and up to date, no, and if the instructional strategies and materials are effective is in facilitating student learning. So peer review. So engaging external expert or educators from their institution to provide an impartial and objective reviews of the curriculum. So peer reviews, external experts or educators, no. So peer reviewers bring their experts and knowledge to assess the curriculum from the outside perspective. This ensures an unbiased evaluation and helps maintain high standard of quality and effectiveness. So through the formation of review committees, establish of evaluation criteria, comprehensive evaluation. So, and engaging in peer reviews, educational institution ensure a rigorous and objective assessment of the curriculum. This mechanism promote continuous improvements, address any identified shortcomings, and ensure that the curriculum remains aligned with standard, meets learning outcomes, and serves the needs of the student effectively. So, 3.5, no? Action planning and implementation. So, based on findings of the monitoring and reviews process, developing action plans to address identified areas for improvement. So these plans identify specific areas for improvement or enhancing within the curriculum. So implementing revision, making necessary revision, updates, and enhancement to the curriculum based on feedbacks and recommendation from stakeholders and reviews process. So this includes naman in incorporating changes suggested by stakeholders, incorporating new educational practices, or aligning the curriculum with evolving standards and requirements. So, monitoring and evaluation. So, continuous monitoring the implementation of curriculum changes and evaluating their impact on teaching and learning outcomes. So, this involves naman doon sa in collecting data, conducting observation, and analyzing student outcomes to evaluate the impact of revisions. The monitoring and evaluation process ensure that the implemented changes are achieving the desired outcomes and informs future adjustment if needed. So, by developing action plans, implementing necessary revision, and monitoring the impact of changes, educational institution can be ensured that curriculum remains responsive, effective, and aligned with the evolving needs of students. So, this process enables continuous improvement and support the delivery of high quality education. So, that's all. Thank you.